Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shuck. And I'm going to try and make a promise to not get too giddy when I'm doing this review. You've seen the title that I put up. It is a bit of a clickbait. The best multi-tool of 2023 by far. For it's just flipping gorgeous. Not only is it gorgeous, it's very special because there's something on it that's not on anybody else's one of these. It's a company, an American company, an American-made knife. Just a real passionate American runs the company. Have you guessed who it is yet? And do you know, let me just start, right? When you get some knives in hand, and like I got this given to me, and I'm just so grateful for that, with the help of Ghost Malone, who had sort of put my name forward, and just a real lovely fellow that he is. If you don't know him, Sean was the first person in the wild to actually get one of these, and he's had it and used it every single day since it came out. When I get a Jack Wolf in my hand, I know I'm in the presence of a really, really great knife. Every single one has been like that. It's been perfect. It's been just absolutely amazing. When I opened this up and I put it in my hand, and first of all, the first thing I noticed was, damn, that's light. And that's a really important thing for a multi-tool, because normally multi-tools can be a bit heavy. Depending on what they are, but they can be a little bit heavy, a bit cumbersome. This is none of the above. Just none. It's got, I don't even know what the steel is, and it matters nothing, because I know this company when they do steel. I had one of the knives before, and it was an S35VN, the best S35VN I'd ever had. We actually gave that away for a charity. A couple of years ago now. But it was an amazing knife. Here you go. Bang! Mr. Medford has, and I don't care whether you like him, dislike him, he's, you know, he's right in your face, but then so am I, but maybe not as brash as what he is. But he's just... Him, Jeff, the whole team, I just want to thank every single one of them for this wee channel to get this knife. And they've just, in this last week, I believe, become available over here in the UK. So that is just the perfect timing. The perfect timing. And they're on Heine Haynes. Just go on to Heine Haynes, type in Medford knives, you'll get what they've got there. And I honestly, this is the packaging. Right, sorry, before I get on with this, I'm going to tell you the price, because this is not a cheap multi-tool. But I know I didn't pay for it, and it's much like Jack Wolf's knives. If I hadn't have been getting them for nothing, I'd have bought one. Just simply because they're so good. I know that I've only had this a couple of hours, and honestly, I am completely smitten. This is the Ask knife, the American service knife from Medford Knife and Tool. It comes in this lovely little box. It's an unassuming little box. I'll put that there. You can read the wee things in it. And there's plenty more about the company in the inside. You actually just pull this out like this. Knife is cosseted in a nice bit of rubber. Underneath you have your how to look after your knife, things to do and don't or whatever. But let me just show you this. There you go. Warranty forever in new. Oh, let me just get my hands behind that to see it. In new or used original condition. There you go. That's it. No ifs, no buts, just warranted forever. That's perfect. Disrupting the world with freedom and innovation since 1776. Well, that lets you know that it's an American company with a very proud American who served, and he's every right to be proud of his country. We all, you know, anybody who served is proud of their country, in my eyes. Being an ex-serviceman myself, I was in the Royal Navy. He was in the grass sort of hole diggers. You know what I mean? What do they call them? Marines or something? He's retired now. Why am I upsetting him, man? He's just give me an absolutely... Shut up, Stephen. Get on with it, Paddy. Right. Lovely little box, unassuming, and it's just, yeah, right. In the box, you also get a patch, which I've already put in my possibles pouch. You get a sticker, which is up there on my board. And I found this slip in here, and it fits it perfectly. Whether I'll carry it in one all the time, I'm not sure, but I think I will, because this one is just... This is more special than the one you're going to get, unless you pay to get this put on it. And I don't know what that costs, because it's just... Here's this knife. I just want to show it to you. I called it a knife there, but it's not. Look at that! Can you see why I'm so giddy? Just this alone on either side of it has made my Christmas. It really has. I absolutely adore it. I love the white scale. It's clean. It just stands out there. My little leprechaun on the front. And it's a two-layer. This is a two-layer. And this is the Jefferson. Apparently he was the president of America. And wow, would he be? He would enjoy this puppy. This is just everything that Greg sets out when he's going to do something. He does it 100%. And I bought the Medford I had. It wasn't given to me one. I bought that Medford, and I don't have it now, but I bought it because his reputation went before him. And when I got it, I was not disappointed. An S35VN, I'd done videos on that knife when I only had it a couple of weeks. When I cut up my whole front room floor, which is 18 foot long, I cut it all up into little bits because I live in an apartment so I could carry it down to the bins. And it was a hard-backed carpet. And that knife just went through it like it was butter. Absolute butter. So, again, that's why I'm saying I don't even know what the blade steeling is. I know so far in these, I think they started S35VN, then they went S45VN, and then the ones that are in Heine are actually Magna Cut in a multi-tool. Somebody else just come out with one of those, but it's not as nice and as handy as this. It's just not. This can go in my pocket every day, and this will go... Well, let's be honest, Sean over at Ghost Malone, that's what he has done, and he's not wanted to take it out of his pocket since he's had it. That says an awful lot. It says an awful lot. To me, this is everything that you would want in a multi-tool, but the nice thing about it, it's modular. It comes apart. You just unscrew it, you take it out, and they sell different blade inserts, or, that you can change it up, which I just think is innovation at its best. It really is at its best. You can just change it up. I think it's what we all wanted from sort of the likes of Swiss Army knives. Don't compare this to a Swiss Army knife. Swiss Army knives are fantastic. They're in their own little hutch over there. This is a man's knife. This is just... Shall I show you the blade? I am so sorry. This is just... Let me show you this blade. Look at the girth on that baby there. Look at the tip on that baby there. That's a working EDC blade. Look at that. Just spear point. High saber grind on it. I think it might be a little bit hollow. Yeah, I think it might be a little... Let me just double check that, because I don't know. I didn't check that because it'll not make any difference, but I do like a wee hollow grind every now and then. But this is a working knife. Sorry, I'm just doing this above your head here. I don't... Might be a little bit hollow. That doesn't matter a damn, does it? So I don't know what the blade steel is. It doesn't say it on it. A very just plain, unassuming blade. But whatever it is, it'll be good. It's sharp. Do you want to see a bit of paper cutting? I suppose everybody always asks for a wee bit of paper cutting. Listen how quiet that is, right? Listen how quiet. It is razor sharp. Absolutely razor sharp. And I would expect nothing less. I would expect nothing less. But this engraving just, oh, it just tickled me. It is just fantastic. I love this. Now, the other blade you get with the Jefferson, they have different models and they have different blade tools. This is what I will use an awful lot of. And this negates me having to carry another tool. This is a little pry or a little chisel, whichever you want it. If you want to use a chisel this side, if you want to use the pry that side. And this is a bolt turner, a small nut. You could put it in there. It's actually, if you can see in there, yeah, you can. You can put it into a small nut and turn it. But there's so many different reasons. These are offset because when you're holding it, they're in the middle of your hand. Do you see what I mean? It's not, you're in the middle of your hand, you're actually turning it. It's not, this is just super. I don't even know if it's that sharp. Let me get a wee bit of wood. Where's my bits of wood? Who's nicked my wood? Oh, there's it there. Now, a little bit of wood. What's this like in the sharp? Oh, flip for me. Very nice. It could be sharper, but you wouldn't want that because then you're going to risk chipping it. But, I mean, that is just, you could nearly feather stick with that. Look at that. Look at them feather sticks, eh? Let me tell you, that is some going. Right, so that's good. That's good, and I will use that. And I think most of us as EDC people, it's lovely to have a little pry or a little chisel, something you can clean something out with. There's so many uses. I'm not even going to try to think of them to tell you. You'll find that out yourself. Half stops. I didn't check the main blade. Is the main blade, did it have a half stop too? It does have a half stop. There you go. And the other tool, which all multi-tools have to have, is a little screwdriver and a cap lifter. Just it. That's it. It's just simple. Now there's plenty more layers you can get, and you buy the layers. I think they're about 50 odd pound for the new tools. So you don't have to buy all the frame and everything else. You just buy a new tool, slip it in, that's it. And he's bringing online more and more tools all the time. They've increased since he's got them up there. But let me tell you, this weighs 2.5 ounces. And you've seen the thickness of the stock. And they're all made of the same blade steel. Whatever this is, it'll either be S35VN, S45VN, or MagnaCut. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll find out with Jeff. I'll contact him afterwards. I just wanted to make this video. It's just, 2023 has ended with the biggest bang it possibly could. It really has. There you have the American flag on there. And apparently on the inside, there is little hints to Americanisms, I suppose. I'm going to do that. I'll take it apart. I want to do the main review on this because this has gone in my pocket already. I got the slip. It's gone in my pocket. Look at that slip with that lovely green slip and that knife. Just a dream. And here, there's my multi-tool, and there's another slip in lovely green with my pen in it and with my Jack Wolf knives. Now, if that is not a recipe for the perfect EDC carry, I honestly don't know what is. I just don't. This to me just, that's, I'm going to use the word, and it's maybe wrong, but because it's Greg's knife, I feel as if I've got permission to use the wrong word. That is just sexy. That is just sexy. And I'm an EDC man. I carry something every day. I carry, can't tell you. I cannot tell you how much that looking at that. Sorry, I'm lying back in my chair with my hands behind my head, just swooning like a schoolboy after his first kiss. I already know that I am going to love this. Do you get like that, or is this just me? There's some knives, there's some tools you get in your hand, like when I got my first Leatherman, the Leatherman Wave. It's a fantastic multi-tool. I loved it from the word go. I didn't need anybody to tell me that, it's good. I just picked it up, I opened it up, and I thought, that's the one for me. That's the one for me. This is the one for me. This is the one for me. Will I still use my Leatherman Wave? Of course I will. It's a different tool than this. This is an EDC tool, and it's just fabulous. And to have a blade with such great, edge retention, rust resistance, good tough enough steel in a little multi-tool that weighs 2.5 ounces. 2.5 ounces. I mean, that's the weight of it's the weight of a 2-layer sack knives with the aluminium scales. There you go. This is a right bit thicker because you have that stock on it and you have that blade that's going to do work. It isn't a pussyfooting little blade. I'm not saying that about the sacks, but I mean, their edge retention is not great. They're a lovely little addition to your tool as long as you have another knife. But in the summer, say I have a pair of shorts on or a pair of tracksuit bottoms on, this is going with me. I don't need another knife. I don't need another knife because I've perfectly good blade steel. I can just throw it in my pocket, don't have a slip, 2.5 ounces, I'll not feel it. It'll not pull my trousers down. There you go. Now, how good is that for safety? So I just wanted to give you a measurement. The blade, I know the blade cutting edge is 2 3/4. I'm saying as if I really knew, but I can't remember. This is not like me. Now, here we go. Let me see. The cutting edge is, the whole knife is just under 2 3/4, or maybe just on the 2 3/4. That's from the hilt right up. No, it's not actually. It's there we go. I'll put the hilt up there. So it's well under 3 inches. So it's UK legal. No matter where you go, what you do, you're absolutely safe. And I mean, this is an addition you can pay to get done, to have logos on, things like that. I haven't worked it all out yet. I'll let you know maybe a little bit more about prices, but I'm sure it depends on what your logo is and how intricate it is. But when he'd asked for this, I was sort of praying that he would put it on because I've seen Ghosts one with his on it and it looked amazing. But this is my channel knife. This will be... I'm sorry, and I know people are going to say, Paddy, you're just a shill. I couldn't care what you say. This is going to be in my pocket more than any other thing that I carry. I honestly believe that. It's so light. You have the quality there. You have that, you can make it your own individual knife. You can just take it apart, put it back together. And I've seen Sean do it over there. It's so easy. Everything just goes straight back in together. And I'm looking forward to the more tools that you can get. And I might adjust it. I don't use a cap lifter or a wee flathead screwdriver. Over here in the UK, very rarely we get flatheads anymore. They're all Phillips screwdrivers. So maybe that's a wee thing in the... Here, Greg, I'm going to give you advice. Do you know the wee bits that they have with the Leatherman? Imagine one of these in here and the ability to just even buy the Leatherman toolkit. If you were not the same as theirs, obviously, Greg, but if you had that in there, that wee short bit, the wee stumpy bit, the same as they have in the Leatherman, and then you could actually buy them wee tools out there and rating, and if you got a Leatherman, you'd have all the tools you'd ever need for taking knives down, anything. Just a thought. I'm sure he's thought of it, for goodness sake. But look, Greg, Jeff, everybody there who had a part, the boys that made it, whoever done the design up and put it on for me, yous are all absolute stars. Thank you very much. And this is not waffle, chaps. It's not waffle. This is a stunning little tool. And it's going to be a pleasure carrying it. Really is. And I'll keep you updated. We'll do a review. I just asked I just spoke to Sean there. So he's going to come on the podcast and we're going to talk a wee bit about our Medfords, Hey, I'm in the gang now. I'm in the gang again. I haven't had a Medford for, must be 3 years at least. So there we go. There's the start of it. Let's get back on that trail because they're super knives. So there you go. There's my Medford. I adore this knife. I just adore it. And you'll see plenty more of it. A very Merry Christmas to all those in Medford Knife and Tool. Sean, many thanks to him because I think he put my name forward. And that was just a joy for somebody to do that for me. It really was. It makes it even more special as this knife. So love to Sean and his wife. he married well. He's got an Irish girl as a wife, so he married very, very well. Bless him. He's not blessed with good looks. Take care. Well, neither's Medford. Let's be honest. Right, I'm away. Love you, Greg. Love the company, and I love what you've done here. I think this is genuinely a super tool. Have a lovely Christmas, and there we are. I'm away. Bye bye now.